This tape isn't working.
Well, I wouldn't guess so. What movie is that?
The Peanut Butter Solution?
The Peanut Butter Solution, you say? Well, it just so happens that we picked up that on Black Friday.
I paid $17 for this intro song.
Alright, so today we watched that 1985 peculiar children's classic, The Peanut Butter Solution. This is a children's Canuck exploitation film. I'd never seen this, first time view for me, so I'm not going to have the nostalgia filter. Of course, first time view for my daughter here. Iris, what did you think about The Peanut Butter Solution?
It was good. I thought I wouldn't like it.
You didn't think you were going to like it? Why not?
I don't know.
Was it because it was peanut butter related?
No, I just thought I wouldn't like it.
Can you tell me what the plot of this movie is?
This boy went at this place and then he got scared that his hair fell out.
The proper medical term is harum scarum.
And then these ghosts tell him of this recipe that will make him have hair. And then his sister looked in a magnifying glass and there was little bits of hair. And then it was growing a lot.
And that already sounds like a peculiar setup to a movie, but afterwards, of course, the boy gets kidnapped by his disgraced art teacher who harvests him for hair. And he makes like these
Brushes.
He makes fancy brushes, he makes
Paintbrushes.
hair outfits. You see those weird hair outfits that were hanging around in the shop?
Yeah.
He's got this weird hair dungeon that he's abducted 20 kids and is making them work harvesting the hair from the other kid.
It's like they're working for him. If they did the amount of what he wants, then he'll make them free. Is kind of like what it was.
I don't think he was ever intending to make them free. They were just going to work there forever if our heroes didn't help them escape.
You better start making brushes.
We have to make 500 a day or we won't eat.
Also, great lesson for kids. Definitely don't get in the van.
Hello, little girl. You want to come for a ride?
No, thank you. I prefer my bike.
Right?
Or some guy that you don't know.
They did know that guy, though. He was the art teacher. And he had a dog.
Abducted.
He's a mean teacher.
So, did this movie feel foreign to you? Did it feel Canadian in any way? I think they were pretty good at, keeping the Canadianisms down, for international release.
See the blue robe she's wearing? Looks too big, eh?
What a loony.
3 Connie Crisps. 3 Connie Crisps. 3 Crosby crackers. 3 Crosby crackers. Favorite. Toronto noodles. Oh, wow! Look at the garden! The flowers are tall, eh?
Do you like the movie?
Yeah, I think I liked it. Obviously, this is a movie for kids, and it plays like a movie for kids. It's really weird seeing Saul from Battlestar Galactica as a kind of carefree, wacky dad.
Go on, do it. Do it.
Well, I was going to give it to you for your birthday, but if you don't like it...
Dad?
But the movie is bizarre enough.
I have a question.
What's your question?
Why did he make that mixture?
Obviously, he made that mixture because the ghosts of the dead hobos told him to.
What does hobo mean?
A homeless person. The idea was, at the beginning, that house caught on fire and it killed a bunch of homeless people. And then they wanted to go into the house afterwards, I guess, to see if anybody was still in there.
Or still alive?
That's a weird setup to a movie. I guess that's the kind of thing you did back in the 80s. Was looked for dead homeless people.
I bet you anything that if we find them, we'll get our pictures in the paper. Yeah, we can even be on TV. Sure, we'll be heroes.
I'm making a lot of noise here with this VHS tape you're wearing. Interesting bit with the Asian kid and the other hair in the movie. They didn't really keep doing that, though. At some point, they decided to curtail his hair growth.
Holy shit.
Do you have a favorite part of this movie, Iris?
The mixture?
The mixture? Okay, well, I guess that really skews towards what you're looking for. That is very chocolate-covered ants. A lot of this movie doesn't really make a lot of sense. And that's probably what's been so endearing about it over the years.
Because, like, why are they doing that?
White people have enjoyed it and kind of remembered it is because it's such a weird movie. It's almost like you mixed the Goosebumps with the Goonies, just a little bit. And I'm not saying that because of our short round stand-in.
What a fantastic liar.
Do I have a favorite part of this movie?
Because I like mud.
Yeah, okay. There was a fair bit of mud in that. It had 9 scoops of dirt.
9 spoons of soil.
I'm trying to think what my favorite part of this movie is. Maybe when they're trying to find their friend and they're doing the sugar trick.
I actually like that part too.
I really like that part. I like the music that plays behind that part. I'm gonna download that song and put it in my, shuffle.
Music
So I
library.
so I can listen to it in the future. So do you feel like this is a classic, a movie that you could watch again?
Yes.
Yeah? I would agree with you. I think it's just weird enough to where I could even watch it more. In fact, I'm going to when I do the special features. But were there any good takeaways in this movie for you?
Yes.
Like what?
2.
2.
Don't go in people's cars.
I would hope you already knew that, but yes.
I already knew that.
Good. What's your second takeaway?
Don't let people kidnap you.
I would think that would be part of the first one, but also something I would hope that you already knew.
I knew that.
And I think that about wraps up our review, and I'll be back to talk about special features in just a second. And we're back for special features. Looking at the case first, it does have a reversible insert here. I've turned it over to the original VHS cover. That's actually how I learned about this movie, is I delved into the VHS collecting market a few years back, mainly to pick up the Beastmaster sequels that never made it off VHS, and this movie called Eat and Run, which is something that I've been after for quite a few years, and never off VHS.
You trying to tell me some guy's going around eating Italians?
Not some guy, Captain. Our killer is not human. He's a creature from outer space.
And while I was looking for those titles over and over again, I came across people looking for or selling for quite a large amount the Peanut Butter Solution. And that kind of just put it in the back of my brain as this title that, maybe if I ever see it somewhere, I should pick it up. And thankfully, Severin put it out. They put it out last year, or the year before last year, 2019. And I bought it here at Black Friday 2020. I bought it because that was the first Black Friday that it was at a Black Friday price, if you will. And unlike most of my Black Friday movies, it got watched pretty quickly. Another thing I'd like to mention about the movie and the case and everything is that they've got a fun insert here. It's got art made from the movie, and it's got the ingredients for the peanut butter solution, on a fun little insert card here. This is a new line from Severin called Severin Kids, or it was a new line starting in 2019. I like that they kind of de-aged their logo girl for the Severin Kids logo. One thing I will say is that they didn't need the baby sounds behind the logo. I don't know, it just felt really weird to have baby sounds when you were making it for kids. So here's the logo. Now here's the logo if you took those baby sounds out and swapped it in for just generic kid sounds. That's better, yeah? So I guess the main special feature on this disc is you get an extended release of the movie. It's 3 minutes longer. I watched the movie that came up when you hit play movie. Probably would have been nice of them to put like an option there when you go in if you want to play the extended version of the regular, but I guess in the future at least I will have a few additional scenes to watch the next time we spin this up in half a decade or so. After that, my favorite special feature, the audio commentary. They have the kid with the hair, also the producer, and a moderator from Severin. The moderator does a pretty good job keeping everybody on track, because they keep wanting to stop talking throughout the track, and he's just always like pelting them with questions left and right. The track was acceptable, not a Hall of Fame track or anything, but there was quite a few interesting little tidbits here and there, such as that song that I liked that I mentioned earlier being from Celine Dion. And a lot of little fun behind the scenes moments. Additionally, there is an interview with the director. There's not a lot of overlap between what he says in the audio commentary and his featurette, which is nice. I know it's really easy for directors or maybe editors of such videos to fall into that trap of having the exact same stories in both places. As far as I could tell, there was only one story duplication, so worthwhile to watch that even if you listen to the audio commentary. Another featurette has the Asian kid, an adult now, talking about the film. I think I would have liked to have him in the audio commentary with the other kid, and then just had the director, or I mean the producer, as his featurette, because his featurette is a really good listen. Him in the audio commentary or not is not really a deal breaker. And the third featurette is from a Canadian film historian. Now, I don't know really anything about Canadian films, so everything that they talked about in all of these was pretty interesting to me. I'm definitely gonna be looking a little more into that market now. It's just different enough to where it makes it interesting to watch. And that's kind of one of those things, like when you have a ton of movies, you're always looking for new, interesting things. And a lot of times foreign films are the way to get those things. Other than that, there is the US and Canadian trailer. I don't really watch trailers on discs that much, unless I'm reviewing them. But what I found interesting about these trailers is the Canadian trailer, you don't know what the movie is going to be about at all. Like, you have no idea it's about crazy growing hair or anything.
The people who brought you the box office hit The Dog Who Stopped the War now bring you The Peanut Butter Solution.
But what did he see?
Spill it, you sniveling rabbit.
A senor.
The senor.
And he's no rabbit. A fox, maybe.
But when the US trailer, it's really straightforward. They almost beat for beat show you the first 2/3 of the film.
Michael's a normal boy in an abnormal position.
He had a little accident.
You had yourself some sort of extraordinary fright.
Michael, where's your hair? Bald.
The proper medical term is harum scarum.
What a loony.
Now, he's got one hairy problem.
I just found that difference a little interesting. On a presentation note, I thought it looked really good, especially for a movie that's only ever been available, at least here in the US, as a VHS tape. Color saturation might have been a little off. Think about scenes like this, where the green grass just almost burns your eyes, but not a deal breaker for me. I did like it.
I don't care.
And that pretty much wraps it up. Whether you're a fan of like weird B movies, cult movies, or just looking for something different, something that you've never really seen before, highly recommend checking out the Peanut Butter Solution from Severin. At the very least, you'll be perplexed the whole time. Anyway, as always, thanks for tuning in, and have a great day.